Alright guys, I just got back from an auction. This thing had a red tag on it. So there's the tag that I could see in the pictures on the auction site. And then when you turn it over, it's got danger written here. Do not operate. Yeah, without permission. So, but you know, I've always had good luck with bench grinders. I've never really had one where the motor burnt out on it. So the first thing I did when I brought it over here from my truck, I looked it all over. I expected something burnt looking in here. All the wires look pretty good. So the second thing I was starting to look at was this main cord, but it looked okay. And then of course these lights had to be mounted somewhere. There is no place to mount these lights. They must have had them. I don't know. Don't know where they had them. But I follow the wires on these. And there's a spot, a bad spot right there. If this thing would focus. So I'm hoping. I haven't really done anything yet. I haven't plugged it in. But I'm going to delete these two lights. I don't think I need them. I don't have any fixtures to go with them. So if we ever decide to put them back on, I've still got the wires. So I'm going to take these caps off somehow. I think they're crimped on there. And then put two new morettes or something, two new wire caps on there. And we're going to test it. And then I didn't see the wire diagram. I want to set it up for 220 volts, but then I looked up there and there it is. So I don't know if it's wired for 220. I don't think it is, because government auction site, they would not have put a 220 on a plug like this. So I think it's at wired at 110. So we're going to plug it in after I do that and see if it works and hope for the best. All right, so I did cut those. I just cut them right off, those brown wires, and I plugged it in, and I got some arcing going on. And this switch here is original, probably 1950s or 60s, made in the USA. They do give up the ghost. You can see it's kind of melted there, and on the bottom a little melted there, so it's not connecting right in there. So I got another switch, but it's got the blades on it. It doesn't have the terminals. This one had screws in it, so I got eyelets on the end. I don't want to switch them till I find out that is what the problem is. And so I don't know. We're gonna try it. I got a jumper wire on here, this red one. Hopefully that looks pretty sketchy, but that's my middle name. So we're gonna give it a shot and see if that motor's any good. So let's just plug it in. We'll see. Put in. Running perfect. Sounds pretty damn good to me. No grinding wheels came with it, and the nut and the two washers. I don't know what they call those things. Both washers are missing on this end. That seems pretty good, man. I have never had bad luck with these bench grinders. Even the cheap Chinese ones, the motors never ever seem to ever burn out. So I mean, the bearing might go bad, but so we're gonna wire in that switch permanently. That's a toggle switch salvage out of something. And I'll go look and see if I have one with these two little screws. See what we got. Okay, I found this one that's got the 6 terminal toggle, and it does say, I can barely read it. It does say 250 volts, so I want to wire this up so it's working on 220 volts. It just seems to have way more power. And the diagram is right there. It's upside down, but it's... I'll take a picture of that and get the proper... Look at that. Okay. Anyway, I think we're in luck, man. I think we got one working. The other one's not a nice. This is a what's this? Wissota ball bearing, and the other one's a 10-inch King Canada KC 1080. So I don't know if the 1080 has got wiring problems. We'll see. Oh, so this one we're gonna just try it sitting on the ground right there. And it's missing everything. It's missing all the nuts, and both nuts and both sets of I don't know what you call those things. No sparks yet. Okay, that one is not. That's a bad bearing. Not working. Anyway, we're up one. I don't think it's a bad bearing. I guess there's a wire shorted out underneath there. Let's have a look. Could be a bad capacitor. Could be a bad switch. Oh, is this thing plugged in right now? Always unplug before you go reaching in there. I don't know the history on this one. There's no notes on this one. I bet you that's a bad cap. Looks okay. It's taped on there. Someone has put tape on it. So maybe it's a bad switch as well. Sounds okay. And well, all we have is one working bench grinder. I'm okay with that. This one here is the one I was after over here. Let's flip it over and we'll have a look at the name tag. Okay, there it is upright. You can see the tag now. Wissota ball bearing bench grinder, model E10L. Doesn't say 1 horsepower. 10-inch wheel, 3/4 inch arbor, 1725 RPM, 115, 230 volt, 8.5 amps, 4.2 amps with the 220, 60 hertz, single phase. What's that? W1. I don't think this is a 1986, but I guess it's possible, but I doubt it. Anyone knows, let me know. It says 1800 RPMs down here. Oh, use wheels suitable for 1800 RPMs. Makes sense. And then switch is down here. That's pretty thick aluminum right there, and I'd take all the nut off the back and everything. Just barely makes it through there. And if I put this little plate on, I think I gotta switch that terminal. See if it's off and down is on on this plate. But yeah, so I think I'm on the wrong terminal on that. But I think what I'm gonna do is take this all apart, clean it all, and then reassemble with some new wheels. So I think I'm going to get the impact right now and take this off and have a look at these two aluminum, I don't know what you call those things. So that's what, and look at the size of this hole here. That's got to be a 3-inch. This thing is as beefy as it gets. Look at all this cast iron, I think. It's a 1/2 inch thick. There's your tool rest. I think this is an awesome deal for what I paid for it. And if I can get the King working, it'd be really good. But it could be the switch, could be the motor's burnt on that one, I don't know. Yeah, this is about as heavy duty as it gets. Okay, so this one's a little worn out. I think they had a wire wheel on this side, because you can see it's all rubbed by the wheel. Wire wheel, the bristles. And then I have both covers. They're sitting over here. fancy covers. So when that goes on there, it looks like that. I mean, this thing is monstrous. Yeah, the Black & Decker 10-inch, very similar to this. It's not built quite as beefy and robust as this Wissota. So, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah. Okay, well, and you know what just so happens today, I went over to the Princess Auto. That's the Canadian version of Harbor Freight. And because it came, both these bench grinders came with no grinding wheels. So I took a chance. I said maybe they'll work. Maybe one of them will work. So I want to have a wire wheel on one side, just like that. I think that Wissota had. And then a 10-inch, I got an 80 grit for the other side. And these are rated for 2600 RPM, so right there, so we're okay. I think most grinding wheels are made for that today. So we're going to install this. We're going to install this one anyway. Then I got to make a nut for the other end and the 2 washers. So let's go check out this hole. I think it's 4-inch. Oh my god. 4-inch. Okay. And that's all cast iron. That's not aluminum. It's got a magnet on the back of this measuring tape. That's aluminum. So this is cast iron in the middle here. This end bell is aluminum. This base, aluminum. This shield here is aluminum, and I think that's stamped steel. That's steel. And over here, same thing. Alright, so I have no idea where they had these lights mounted, because there's like no place for them to go. Yeah, they both had these little shields. This one's a bit damaged, and this one here is okay, but there's a good chance I'm going to remove those. Not crazy about those things. And yeah, we'll give it a good scrubbing, clean it up, try and get that duct tape off there, ugly duct tape, and put it into. So I'm going to unbolt the one I have there as a piece of crap made from China, and this will go in place of that. And then the Black & Decker is ready to go. I don't have a place for it yet. I want to build a pedestal for that one, so I can either put it outside or move around the shop with it. This one's going to be attached to the workbench, I think. Yeah. And then I may mount lights on it in the future. It's nice to have a light when you're working on one of these. So there you go. Another addition to the shop. Sometimes it's worth taking a chance. This was $70. A little over $70 for these 2 grinders, and there's a good chance that King grinder over here is going in the scrap bin, but I'll look it over. Not sure. Could be this switch. Defective switch. It's possible. It's not working though. So, yep. Thanks for watching. And sometimes you win.